Cleveland State Vikings signed head coach Dennis Gates to an extension. Let's welcome in Dennis Gates. We call you a friend of the program. You've joined us from out of town when you're getting ready for an NCAA game. Joined us on your birthday, so we think it's only right to have you back when you've agreed to a contract extension. First of all, congratulations. Glad you're going to be here in Cleveland for a few more years. Just take me through the emotions and you know, how much you thought about signing this extension, what it meant to you.
Absolutely. I'm first and foremost humbled that President Sands and Scott Garrett will believe in me for a longer period of time, as we know that this profession is very transitional with the coaching world. I'm thankful that they believe in me and my staff to lead, be an ambassador not only for our campus, but the city of Cleveland. And I am thrilled, man. I'm very much so thrilled to be here. Cleveland is home, and it's definitely love coming from both directions.
So take me through, you've got some guys that are coming back that have decided to take the NCAA up on that extra year of eligibility. Tell me who's coming back and what that means to the program.
Well, obviously, to have our seniors be able to exercise what the NCAA granted them in another year of eligibility due to the COVID-19 pandemic and whatever unreasonable schedules they functioned on. Torrey Patton, first team All-League guy, proud to say he's gotten his degree, but he'll also be returning. And that's some added experience that we are looking forward to. Craig Baudouin, a point guard, same way. He earned his degree and he will be returning. So those guys, in a nutshell, could have gone elsewhere. They, I'm sure, could have been in the portal and highly recruited, but they believe in our institution. They believe in our leadership. And I truly believe they believe in building what and continuing to build what they've already built these last 2 seasons here at Cleveland State under me and my staff.
What does it mean to you to have the loyalty from those players? You mentioned, Torrey Patton was an all-league player. Yeah. He certainly could have gone in the portal. What does it mean as the coach that they're showing you that kind of loyalty?
Well, I think what it says is not just myself, but the environment at Cleveland State University is allowing them to feel at home. It fills them with joy to be representing a institution, a city of such, but also invigorating our crowd base, our fan base, the way that they have. No one but them believed that they would be where they were toward the end of our season, and that is into the NCAA tournament. But you and I know, as celebrated as that feat was, they wanted more. They wanted to win games in the tournament and go to the Final Four, win a national championship. But we have some great young men that allowed our environment to refine them, but also they've become champions on the court, in the classroom, and in our community, and they wear that jersey with pride.
What's the message to the team as you get ready? You won the Horizon League, you made it to the NCAA tournament. Those are 2 things that you want. Those are 2 goals.
Absolutely.
What's the message to this team then?
The message is to reset and rebuild. That's ultimately what it is. What last year was last year. We get to reset ourselves, but also build on top of what we've accomplished. I don't want those guys to ever have amnesia and forget what they had to endure to get to where we were, cutting down nets, holding up trophies, but also reset themselves to understand that we're not complacent by one means or another, but we want to continue to have that same work ethic as we build towards something different. Last year's team is last year's team, and hopefully last year's team become inducted into the Cleveland State University Hall of Fame at some point in time. This year's team has a different identity. These guys are different. They're going to get better. They're going to work. They're going to continue to grow, and we're excited about whatever we can obviously build toward in our future, and it's very bright. The one thing I would say is we're very excited about opening these doors for our fans and allowing them to witness that special characteristics and culture that we are building and we are proud of. So that is the one element that we're definitely focused on as we reset and rebuild.
How did Cleveland, how did the community kind of embrace Cleveland State as they won that Horizon League and went into the NCAA? What did you notice, and what was that like from your perspective as the head coach?
I said all along, right, that our fan base is one of the most supportive fan base and obviously loudest fan base there is. And we're right in that footprint with the Cleveland Browns, Cleveland Indians, and Cleveland Cavs. And we know what happens in those venues when a winner is performing night in and night out. Our fans here in this city in Northeast Ohio has been invigorated with spirit as it relates to being able to definitely come in and support us. I definitely do believe if those doors was open, we would have some sellouts without a doubt, and our guys deserve it. But moving forward, we're going to have some sellouts, and I definitely encourage you all out there listening to grab some tickets, support these young men as we continue to build, and we can't do it without you.
How has recruiting been? I know you're out, there's dead periods, but have you seen people kind of excited about what's going on downtown Cleveland
Absolutely.
at Cleveland State?
Absolutely. Recruiting, I mean, the portals are opening across the country as it relates to COVID-19 and the vaccinations and different things like that. So everyone has been sheltered and obviously respecting the scary part of COVID. But most importantly, everyone is waiting for that breath of fresh air to get out and obviously recruit and obviously go out there and evaluate. The NCAA granted us a June period where we can recruit in 2 different weekends, but also in July. Those are 2 months that I'm looking forward to seeing these young people, especially in Northeast Ohio and in our state. There's no doubt about it, to win championships. The last 2 Cleveland State University championship teams, we've had 2 kids from Dayton, and that's Norris Cole and Torrey Patton. And Torrey is quick to point out that stat, by the way. But I'm excited to get out there and build our relationships. Obviously, that was impeded by, the shelter in place and different things like that, dealing with COVID. Re-socializing is something that we all are looking forward to. And I'm definitely looking forward to seeing you guys in our stands and in our seats. So here we are.
What about the experience of making it to the NCAA? Is that being on the big stage in that tournament? What was that like? What did you learn from that? What did your kids learn from it?
They learned a lot. And getting there was not easy. Every minute, every second of each game could have went against us, but we fought and stayed together and we competed and did what we had to do to become champions. No matter what, whenever someone raises a banner and hold up a trophy, there's many stories that within that season that you can share that says, how did we overcome such? One prime example is triple overtime game against IPFW at home. How did we overcome such? No different than being down against Milwaukee in the semifinals and getting a loose ball, Trey Gomillion dunks, and we take a lead and one for the first time under a minute. And those are moments that you have to continue to fight for, but also that's the excitement of a game. The ups and downs of a game, they come and go, but our kids, they withstood the test and are called champions for a reason.
You've had a lot of successes in the first 2 years. What puts the biggest smile on your face?
Well, I'll tell you this, man. I held up the trophy, I cut down nets, but nothing compares for me as a head coach. Nothing compares at Progressive Field, watching our first recruiting class, Torrey Patton, Franklin Penn Jr., and Craig Baudouin walk across the stage and receive their degrees. Watching a kid in that moment, obviously the looks on their faces of pride, the looks on their parents' faces in support. Remember, parents couldn't support our young people in the crowd this season, but seeing the faces in that moment was very exciting, and I was overcome with definitely a lot of emotions watching our guys graduate.
Now, the other thing is you've had a lot of success on the court. I know you've had a lot of success in the classroom. Tell me about the successes that the basketball program has had in the classroom, because I know those are equally important to you.
Well, I think ultimately in the classroom and off the court, we try to build champions, and that's what we focus on. The entire holistic approach of a young man and hopefully one day down the road they can impact no different than the city of Cleveland has impacted them, no different than Cleveland State University has impacted them, no different than our campus leadership has impacted them. President Sands, Athletic Director Scott Garrett, me and my staff, we want to just continue to impact kids so they can build a bridge for others and impact the communities that they do at some point call home after their time here in Cleveland and Cleveland State University. So that's something that will always be my focus. That is something that always I will have pride in, but ultimately seeing those guys come back as proud alum is something also that we can't wait to share. Again, I'm excited about our upcoming year. I'm excited about our team. I am definitely excited about our staff. Our staff, without them, we wouldn't be where we are. Rob Summers, our offensive coordinator, Ryan Sharbaugh, our defensive coordinator, and Drew Joyce III, our special teams coach. They have done unbelievable jobs growing as coaches, growing our young men, and refining every piece of their profession and being the very best that they can and pouring into these young men. So I'm excited about the entire picture and entire scope and can't wait to share with our fans.
Dennis Gates, as I told you last time you were on, you have an open invitation anytime you want. We would love to have you. I am thrilled that you're going to be at Cleveland State for the foreseeable future. Thanks very much. Appreciate it. And we have to talk as the season creeps up on us a little bit.
Yes, indeed. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for having me. Again, go Vikes. We cannot wait for those doors to open. In actuality, this upcoming semester, fall semester, will be at full capacity in class, teaching and things like that. And my hats off to our senior leadership team for protecting the culture of our institution. So thank you guys and go Vikes.
All right.